Trump is calling for the release of classified documents pertaining to the Russia investigation, and he wants them to be unredacted. So this is crazy, and there are members of the FBI who are also saying that this is crazy. We'll get to that in just a minute, but to give you the details, the White House announced that Trump had directed the Office of the Director of National Intelligence and the Department of Justice to provide for the immediate declassification of parts of the FBI's June 2017 application to surveil former Trump campaign aide Carter Page, as well as FBI reports of interviews connected to Page and DOJ official Bruce Orr. He also asked the FBI and the Justice Department to release without redaction all text messages pertaining to the Russia investigation from former FBI Director James Comey, former Deputy FBI Director Andrew McCabe, former FBI agent Peter Strzok, FBI lawyer Lisa Page, and Bruce Orr.
So two relevant parts of this. First, when I first saw it, I thought it was Trump doing strike back. Oh yeah, I'll release these things, it'll help me politically. Whether it actually would is a different question because he, of course, doesn't know how to assess anything. But I thought, okay, it's classic Trumpian move, but I didn't oversweat it. But it turns out, no, it's worse than that. It's unredacted. So when I read that, I was like, wait, what do you mean it's unredacted? What if there's a portion where the head of our FBI is talking about how we got information about the Russians? Well, that's crazy. So he's obviously got to be partly redacted. No, Trump is saying not redacted at all. Well, that makes no sense at all. And in fact, that is why the current FBI director appointed by Trump, the current deputy attorney general appointed by Trump are saying this might cross a red line because it compromises our sources and our methods. What are you doing? And then I had the epiphany. What if that's the actual point? So look, it's possible that Trump is just doing this because he thinks those things are gonna help him on the Russia investigation and politically, and he doesn't understand the consequences of his actions. That is entirely possible. It's also possible that he, in this case, he does understand, then the Russians will know how we collect intelligence on them. For any normal president, that would be outrageous. In fact, if a reporter did that, they would probably use the Espionage Act on them and to try to put them in prison for a long, long time.
Yeah, if there's
Obama would have done that and Trump would do that.
Yeah.
But Trump is now saying, I'm gonna do it as president. Which makes you wonder, does he have another motive? Does he want the Russians to know our sources and our methods?
Yeah, I mean, that's a possibility. I do think that, based on who he's targeting in these classified documents, he's thinking that this is gonna be information that could possibly help him in his attempts to smear the special counsel and the investigation. But the timing is also really important. Remember, Paul Manafort just agreed to cooperate with Mueller. So I feel like Trump is now, panicking. He's been panicking, but Manafort agreeing to cooperate, I think, is making him panic even more. And the documents that he's specifically looking for would play into, he thinks, would play into his narrative that this is a witch hunt.
No, there's something wrong with this story. So if he was just releasing memos of Peter Strzok, the guy that they hate, that said in the text messages to Lisa Page, hey, I don't want Donald Trump to win, etc., or memos written by Lisa Page, but he said, yeah, you can redact the other stuff. I'd say, okay, I get it. I don't agree, but he's doing it to help himself. But why are you insisting that all of the documents, including from the FBI director, are completely unredacted? What a bizarre request. But by the way, Devin Nunes and other Republicans are like, yes, well, of course, sir. You'd like to compromise national security, according to even your own Justice Department. Well, let's go help you do that. I mean, just think about how vicious they would have been to any whistleblower or journalist who exposed the same things. And now the president is just threatening to do it himself. It's an absolute outrage.
Yeah, so according to reports, a source who's familiar with this situation feels that it's possible that the White House could release the information on its own as early as next week on Monday. So I wouldn't put that past Trump. So
look, I'm a person who's not overly trustful of the authorities, so I don't take FBI's word, the Justice Department's word, CIA's word as gospel as a lot of people in the media do. And I would question if they were trying to put away a whistleblower or a reporter. And I would say, well, okay, what did they actually reveal? For example, Chelsea Manning revealed, one of the things she revealed was that we were killing journalists and then first responders who tried to rescue the journalists in that Apache helicopter video in Iraq. Well, that's very relevant information that American people should know, and that we were hiding from them. The government was hiding from their own people in a democracy. We also hid the actual number of people killed in Iraq. So the super relevant information. I know it embarrasses the government, but it doesn't actually reveal any strategy that we have. It doesn't say, hey, insurgents in Iraq, here's the routes that we're using, go attack our soldiers there. If she did that, I would be outraged. There's a difference in what you reveal. So even if he's doing this for political purposes I don't agree with, but he releases some stupid texts that are about Donald Trump, I don't really care that much. You can disagree about that, but that's a political disagreement. But if he goes and, I mean, these guys are going, it's a red line. It's a red line, don't cross that line. You're gonna tell the Russians exactly how we collect information and who we collect it from. And he's like, yeah, what do you mean? It's a win-win for me. I can't. People look at that and go, I don't know any connection to Russia. I don't know what you're talking about. Weird.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
It is.
Like what you see? Click the subscribe button below and don't forget to ring the bell to never miss another video from the Young Turks.